One Genesis Writer here with another Genesis tips and tricks video. Today I'll be looking at a one-bomb assault game I got on the map Stonetown inside Halo 2 Anniversary in the Master Chief Collection. This is a remake of Halo 2 Classic Zanzibar and Halo 3's Last Resort. This is probably one of the best big team battle games I've gotten, given that we're going against some pretty good people on the enemy team. That being said, however, this is a 4-round game type. Each round is about 4 minutes. You can see that the total film is 17 minutes and 30 seconds long. So I will be trying to really go through this gameplay from my perspective, occasionally pointing out things in third person, just giving you that heads up so you don't expect an absolute and full breakdown of this a little bit complicated game type. 2 rounds of defense, 2 rounds of offense. Offense is trying to arm the bomb in the center plant side. So I'm going to go through this from my POV and hopefully you can pick up some tips and tricks from it. Off the start here, I'm definitely going to jump through this window to get to the top rocket launcher spawn as quickly as possible, and then move straight away over to the active camouflage spawn. Now right here I do see that there's this elite who just picked up their sniper, so I do know that I may be having to deal with him as I push up to grab the camo. Gonna make this kind of back little jump into this area to grab camo. I notice this guy jumps up on my radar, but unfortunately right as I fire the rocket, he snipes me in the body with a bullet. I lose all my shields, thus the rocket kills me and him for the suicide. Now I need to go ahead and push back out there to grab my power weapons. I'm going to be kind of speeding through my deaths here so I don't waste too much of your time. Jump out the same window again. Now I could go top again, but I'm choosing to let my teammates worry about that side and choosing to go very quickly back to the tower. And I know he probably is going to be picking up those power weapons already. I'm going to throw 2 grenades. I'm not going to get any hit markers from these grenades, and I still don't see any movement on my radar, which tells me something. This guy is camping, okay? He is camping with rockets, waiting for me to come up there and give him an easy kill, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get into his head and move back away from him so he sees that I'm retreating on his radar and thinks, oh, I can push up. Maybe pull out the sniper rifle I have. Maybe not even hit me at all and give me a free kill so I can regain both power weapons, because in that specific situation he was an idiot. Okay, you can do this a lot with players, and I'm actually pretty decent around camo tower about doing this with players. As you see me pick up a long range kill on the enemy sniper rifle carrier. Now my teammate Yoel, I want to point out, who's circling the base right now, his job at the beginning of the game is to run out the bottom doorway of our base, grab the shotgun that spawns right here, and run straight back into the base. I'd highly recommend that at least one of your team members carry out this strategy, as it is a very good idea to do so. Now I see some of my teammates are dying over there, but I'm going to once again check my angles. Notice the same elite trying to push back up here. See this guy who doesn't die from this rocket and is actually going to pick up this shotgun that he just passed right here? I don't want him to stay alive near camo tower, so I'm going to drop down, use another rocket on him. If that guy had had more teammate support, I may not have made that play. Now just keep in mind, when you do run out of rocket launcher ammo, there is a battle rifle right here. Just keep that in mind. Even sometimes I forget about that, so I'm just reminding you guys. Now my teammates are doing a pretty good job of guarding the bomb. You can see over there on my HUD, it has 11 seconds to reset, so I'm just going to be trying to keep my teammates alive with my angles from the camo tower over here. I can see that that enemy player who I just zoomed in on, who just ran behind that rock, he has a sniper rifle, so I'm going to be trying to keep him pinned over there, so to speak. But the enemy bomb does reset. And I want to point out something. There is a little bit of lag on its reset, but when the enemy bomb does reset, this enemy player almost immediately picks it up and starts carrying it. And he actually carries it all the way across the beach over to this lift, which is not a good idea, but that is going to come up a little later on in the film. Just to keep in mind though, the reason he's carrying it, or just when he is carrying it, you're not able to see where he is. You're able to see him on your radar, obviously, but not on your HUD. Okay, you can only see the bomb icon when it's dropped and not being carried, or when your teammate has it. I get a double kill here up top, and my teammate Bubfield and Blazing Spartan are going to push down on that guy that I mentioned earlier going across the beach to the lift. They're actually going to pin him as I kind of have an unfortunate series of events back in my base. I try to line up this shot, do a pretty good job up to the point where I actually miss the shot by a hair, and I should have thrown a grenade here instead of charging this guy like I did. I'm able to stay alive for a few more seconds, but I end up being trapped in the bottom of my base and end up dying here. But I would like to point out something that's a very useful strategy as I zoom through this death very quickly. I want to point out how both my teammates, Blazing Spartan and Bubfield, are on the beach. And you may be going, okay, there's a lot of people in our base just now. Why in the world would they be doing that? Well, they called out to me, or Bubfield called out to me, that they have the bomb on lockdown on the beach, okay? And what I mean by that is that the bomb, as you can see in my HUD here, which for some reason glitches out and doesn't appear till I'm more near it in this film, the bomb is the key to winning this game, and this cannot be overemphasized. It does not matter if all of the enemy team is in our base right now. They don't have the bomb, so it doesn't do them worth crap to be all in our base. We can control beach and keep the bomb on beach. The bomb is just going to reset over and over again, as it just did on the beach. It's going to keep resetting right here. So as long as we keep them killed off there, that's all we have to do. Now, there is a converse side effect to this strategy, and that is you can have players suddenly spawn on you, as you're going to see here a little later on in the film. But I'd also like to mention that one of the things that the enemy players can do is they can control the sniper rifle over here, the sword, rockets, and the camo, and they can push back to the beach and grab the bomb and overwhelm you with all those power weapons. So it's a precarious strategy to hold, but to be honest, with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in this film, this is a great way to burn down the timer and prevent them from getting the bomb. Now, we're going to lose control of the beach here very, very quickly, and I want to kind of zoom into third person. Remember what I said a little bit ago about the enemies getting all the control of the power weapons? I needed to remember that and not make this little jump up here like I do. I end up trying to attack this elite and end up being sniped by this guy who has a sniper rifle up here. And my teammate, unfortunately enough, gets spawned on by 2 people right here and is going to end up dying very, very, very quickly from these 2 players. So that was a bad play on my part. I shouldn't have done that, and that's really important to recognize because now I'm going to respawn in my base, which isn't bad. When you're on defense, oftentimes you'll spawn to the side of your base, like here. Now I see this enemy player on Froman, but as it's nearing about 1 minute remaining, you are typically going to see a lot of people rush with vehicles when their bomb is still on the beach, like we saw a little bit ago. So I'm going to make sure to stay kind of inside the base. Now I did need to get up top here, but before I was able to go up the stairway, I see that a vehicle has entered the bottom right-hand doorway of our base, so I'm going to try to stay inside our base and defend here. This guy drops down, and if I didn't get this kill on this player, that, by the way, the player just killed was one of the better players on this team, if I didn't get that kill, they likely would have armed the bomb. And right now I'm actually going to go into third person and view the remainder of this round from third person as they're able to bring the bomb in and start arming it. But my teammates are just going to be able to continuously run down and keep them out of the bomb site. Now, I want to point out a major mistake that the enemy players make here, and this is very important. Okay, I'm actually going to switch to this player's POV so that you're able to see the mistake he makes. And that is, when he grabs the bomb, he moves outside of the arm site. Okay, he's going to move outside of the arm site, and I want you to notice the bar in the bottom center of your screen, how it starts to deplete as he stands out of the arming zone. This is really bad for them. If that guy had not stood out of the hill, then they may have armed this. And I want to continue on by showing you yet another mistake on the enemy player's part by doing this yet again in an even worse way. I'm going to switch to this player's POV and show you just how bad of a mistake this is. As you watch the bar on the bottom of the screen, it's going to be depleting, as you see right here. Now this player's about to explode, which is why I paused the film. But this guy is screwing his team over by doing this. If you leave the bomb in the arm site, it has a sticky arm effect, which is really important to understand. It means that the amount that you have already armed stays on the bomb arm time, making it a shorter arm for whichever of your teammates is able to jump in there and finish the arm that you started. But by taking it out of the hill and holding like this, you are depleting the sticky arm, making it longer for your teammate to arm it. It's a terrible play on the enemy team's part, and I'm in no way am I saying that this makes the enemy team bad. What I am trying to say is that literally this mistake lost them the game, as you will see later on in the film. If they had not made these mistakes, they likely would have armed on this round, and the game would have turned out differently. I'm not trying to spoil anything, I'm just trying to give you guys a heads up. So the round ends. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here to round number 2. We are going to switch over to offense. I don't know why the camera shows us inside the base. We do retain the same color, but right here I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, and I've covered this opening rush strategy in another video, but I'm going to pull it off pretty well here, and you can view that video. I'll link it in the description. Jump up here, grab the shotgun, immediately jump on top of this rock to go for active camouflage, and I do a pretty good job of faking back here and waiting for this player to push up. This player does not know I'm here. This is the same elite. I'm going to outsmart him once again and his teammate and get the double kill here. This is a really solid play on my part. Unfortunately, my teammate has the sniper rifle and the bomb. We needed to probably push this bomb across the top area. As you'll see, we get pinned by players who are up top, and this doesn't play out as I would like, but I'm able to stay alive for a pretty long period of time, killing another enemy player and keeping alive for a little bit longer behind this rock. I'm just trying to waste the rocket ammo because I know I'm likely to die. The grenade that ends up picking me off is really kind of random and long range. But I would like to say here that one of the main reasons you bring the bomb over the top of the enemy base is that this doesn't happen as much. Because the enemy team gets safe spawns inside the base, they can get up top really easily and rain down fire on you. So unless you have some really solid teammates, multiple teammates, top camo tower or top rockets, raining down fire on this top base, they're going to reset the bomb, and that's what you're going to see here in this game. They're going to reset the bomb, and there's not going to be much we can do in this round. Now, these players are pretty darn good, but you can see now that the bomb is off the beach. I'm getting a really good spawn and kind of close to the bomb. I'm not going to be able to reset the bomb, but that's why you want to constantly be kind of pushing up the bomb on these lanes or sides of the map, because you're going to get some good spawns for your teammates. Now, I'm going to jump up top because I saw that one player who was hounding us from the top of the base. I choke and don't end up making the jump because I didn't crouch. I'm going to grab the shotgun, but I'm going to unfortunately get stuck in the bottom here. You do not want to do this. You want to try to get up top via this jump over here. You want to try to go over here and get up top via this jump, or make your way back to camo tower by going over here and going up the turbine to the top. You don't want to get stuck in the bottom of the base like this. There's a little good you're gonna do, and I'm actually gonna speed up the film a little bit as I eventually just get naded to death. Don't get yourself stuck in the bottom doorways like this. It does little to no good for your team. You're gonna get most of your successful bomb pushes, not necessarily arms, but bomb pushes by going in the top of the base, like you're gonna about to see me and my teammates do here. I'm gonna punch this little button to drop this bridge. No need to shoot it and give away my position. My teammate's going to drop the bomb for me because he is going to grab the sword, drop down, grab the sword, and my teammate Bubfield has active camouflage. So I'm going to stay behind this little barrier, and notice how the bomb does glow red. So it is pretty obvious when you have the bomb. It has a red light around you. Don't think that your people don't see you, in other words. I'm going to push over. Notice that the enemy team can only see me on the radar. And I'm going to try to get the bomb over here and drop the bomb down. So I'm going to try to fake down here and then drop the bomb somewhere near the arm site. Now, I would like to point out something here. I go for the melee, which is not necessarily a good idea. I should have just tried to drop the bomb straight into the arm site, but that's just how that went for me, and I'm able to drop the bomb in the bottom of the base, distracting the players for a little bit longer, and we're able to get a pretty solid push here. Once again, notice my respawn, how I'm spawning very close to the base near camo tower because we have the bomb in their base. It's one of the main reasons that you can be able to keep up pressure. Now, I do also want to point out something. This is me, and Yoel, Bubfield, and Blazing Spartan 24 are all inside the enemy base. This is the team that I was with when I started the game. All our randoms don't have a clue in the world, okay? And that pretty much is true for the remainder of the game. I do get body shotted here, but I have a pretty awesome arm here as my teammates are staying alive on the top of the map. They're not trying to just drop down and die and give away their position. I tell them, hey, look, I'm going to try to suicide arm this. I'm just going to try to run in and arm it. And I end up doing a really good job staying behind these pillars, meleeing this guy for the instant kill. When you melee with the objective, it is an instant kill, both the flag and the bomb. Please keep that in mind. It's very important. So we end up getting that bomb arm with a pretty solid and convincing control of the enemy base there. Once again, I don't know why the starting camera starts us on the beach when we actually spawning inside the base. I have no idea why that's the case. Hashtag 343 logic for days, I guess, is the best way I can put that. I'm going to go once again for top middle for rockets. Just keep in mind that there are rocket ammunition over here in these rocks, but grabbing camo is far more important. And frankly, controlling camo tower is far more important. I have some help from Blazing Spartan here. I'm going to end up wasting 2 rockets. This guy is really good at dodging. You can see him just jumping away from my rockets. Really good play on that enemy player's part. Kind of frustrating me there and making me waste a lot of my stuff. He dodges 2 grenades and 2 rockets. And this is how powerful plasma grenades are. You can see almost going through the walls with their damage. They're a slightly bigger kill radius or damage radius, but my teammate did kill that enemy elite who used that rock jump up here. My teammate who had camo killed him here, which is a very good play on his part. And I'm going to kind of be peeking out here, then go to the top of camo tower to control this area. I see the enemy player sniping me here, and he is almost able to kill me with this little shot to the back right here, or my butt almost. One of the this is a great situation on the strong side, which is to drop your head down all the way so that it's harder to hit you from behind with a headshot. But I didn't really feel the need to do that. I felt like I could get around that ledge a little bit faster than I did. Now, notice how I'm crouching. I know this player who just shot me is above me using my radar. I can tell this. So I'm still crouching. I'm going to jump up here, and he pushed up way too rashly, and I'm able to retake control of camo tower. This is going to happen a lot, where you lose control of camo tower for a few seconds, then you're able to retake control of it because you have rockets or shotgun or something of that nature. Again, please keep in mind that my teammate, Yoel the Owl, ran out, grabbed shotgun at the bottom, and is still staying alive in the base. This is very important as I get the double kill on this elite. I hear my teammate call out, hey, they're arming the bomb, and he's able to stay alive long enough to stop the bomb from arming, and I'm able to get in at the very last second, rocket this. Now I have an unfortunate kill on my teammate and a teammate nade here as I get the double kill. Now notice the sticky arm effect that is about to come into play here. The enemy players are charging in like crazy. I get this kill on this player, but this guy has a frankly amazing or almost around the wall shot on me as he headshots me. And this guy's going to get the sticky arm. Now what I mean by this is that he's going to arm almost a second after picking up this bomb because his teammate already armed a large majority of this bomb. Boom, it's armed and there's nothing we can do. That's very important to notice, the sticky arm effect there. Now moving on to round number 3, we're going to be going on offense as the camera has finally recorrected. And this is not me. Sometimes the film will switch different players when you're on a different player, so I'm going to be doing my normal go strategy. Bubfield had a lot of bomb arm, or a lot of bomb carry time during this film, so shout out to him. I'm going to grab the shotgun once again and jump up here to the active camouflage tower. Now, what just happened will also happen quite a bit. Players will just jump up and grab the camo and not expect the shotgun play to come in like that. This guy, this elite that I'm killing constantly around camo tower is making so many mistakes it's not even funny. Not to call that player out specifically, because I'm sure he's a good player, but you have to have the rocket launcher if you're going to do what this guy did and charge the camo like this. you have to have the rocket launcher. Notice how I was able to kill him in the first round, and then he just immediately dies. And what that's called, what he just did, as I clean up the second player here and almost die, that's called burning camo. What that means is that as soon as the camo is picked up, that player died. So that camo is going to come up pretty soon, actually, much sooner in this round than others. Because the rounds are only around 4 minutes long, that is good for me. Now, I would like... I'm just going to continue on with the commentary. This happens to me with my Kinect. I did not say anything to my Kinect just now. Stop listening, and it will randomly activate the Kinect. Forgive me as I chunk my Kinect out the window, and yeah, after this film. Anyway, you're going to see here that this guy threw a grenade, okay, from long range, this guy across, and that's how I know he's here. He really gave away his position by doing that, but he's using this little bridge for pretty good cover. You don't want to be dropping that little bridge that he stands in front of. You can. There's a little red button, just like there is over there. Don't drop this bridge. You can always jump across this little gap. I mentioned that in another video, but just keeping that tip here for those of you who want it. Now I have shotgun. I do get some hit markers on that guy, so I'm just making sure to check there. I once again kind of choke and drop down. That's not intentional. I'm going to push over to my teammate Bubfield, but I once again get trapped in this bottom doorway to the base, and I'm actually going to kind of speed up here this film. We do kind of make an okay play, but the enemy team, my teammate is going to end up pushing across, crouching to the other side of the base. I'm going to speed up the film now as he crouches all the way around to the other side of the base. But this enemy player inside the base, maybe he notices the red glow. My teammate gets naded, and just the hit markers from this enemy grenade alone end up having him found out, which is not how we wanted that to go. I was intending to distract the enemy team on this side of the doorway. But once again, don't get stuck on the side like this. It's really a bad idea, as this elite gets some of his revenge in this film and cleans me up with the assault rifle. I was hoping to get the one-shot kill there with the shotgun, but that's okay as I zoom through my death here. Now, I didn't get that great of a spawn, but Yol was calling out to me that he really needed help trying to stay alive with the sniper. So I'm going to long-range shoot this player so this player doesn't get the sniper. You're going to turn and provide some really good shots on this player for my teammate, Bubfield, to clean him up a little later. This is really what you want to be doing. You really want to not give up as soon as you get shot. You want to provide shots on players so that your teammates can clean them up, so that you can provide as much damage as possible. Always do that in games. It's very, very important. I see this guy top rockets as I'm trying to push over on Froman's side, but I know this bomb is likely to reset in the enemy base. So I'm going to try to just hold the center and wait for the enemy team to kind of charge out at me. Now, I would like to point out also, you may have seen this, that the gate was opened on the side of the enemy base, so I know that. You open the gate by shooting this little switch. This little light will glow yellow right here. I'm just wanting to point that out as I switch back to my player POV. It's a pretty underrated angle, I'd say, but I really need to get back to camo tower side. This is the rock side is almost like the rock side in Shrine, or some of you may know it as Sanctuary. It's harder to push bombs or objectives through that area because it's so open. You want to keep the enemy team spawning on this side, not camo tower side. So right now what I'm doing is okay. I'm just trying to keep the enemy detained, but I do end up dying there. I'm just trying to keep them on that side. This random teammate X Games 199, that's not a good play to push up that far because you're preventing the enemy team from spawning outside your base. You want the enemy team to spawn outside their base. Now, how did I know that my teammates are going to be right there? Well, I called out that I was about to die, and my teammate Bubfield is holding the bomb. My teammate Yoel is driving, so I'm half the Goss Hog, and I know that this enemy sniper is behind me on Froman, but this guy drops down with the needler and he distracts me, so I get out and try to circle around the rocks only to be shot from behind by this player. So I'm going to go ahead and go into third person so I can show you guys what happens here as my teammates both end up jumping out and going up this ramp. Now this is a really good strategy to do when you push in the side of the vehicle, because oftentimes it will confuse the enemy team as to why you're leaving the bomb on the floor. This is really good because we have a teammate on the stairway. So let me watch as this plays out. My teammates get some good shots on this guy. Then they're going to drop down and rearm the bomb. This whole little run up there allowed them to regain their shields. This is a great play on my teammate's part as they're trying to arm the bomb, but eventually end up being taken out. Now, I'm going to switch back to my POV. The reason why they're also being taken out is because this guy has rockets, which is a really unfavorable position. And when all the teammates, enemy players are here, you're going to get spawns like this, where they spawn inside the base. So I'm going to go back to my POV as I push across this top bridge. And I notice that the sword is up, so I'm going to go ahead and drop for it and try to get and push into the enemy base. When you respawn like this, and there's 1 minute remaining, you definitely want to try to push into the enemy base. This tied 1-1 right now, so we're really trying to be really fast on the enemy team. This is unfortunate though, because this guy ends up being camping here with a shotgun and kills me from behind. A good play on his part, but now they have basically all the power weapons that they need to defend this bomb arm as I zoom through this again. So I call out to my teammate, we need to go on a mongoose now to the enemy base, because I know the gate is open. That's the only way we can get the bomb in there very quickly and have an even remote possibility of arming. Again, pushing up the bomb allows your teammates to spawn further up, and it means the enemy is less likely to push out of their base, preventing those spawns, because they're too focused with the bomb that's currently inside their base. So regardless, we have to push up the bomb into the enemy base. Now, I want to point out 2 things here as we enter the base. This is a crazy sequence of events that ends up winning us the game. Behind us is our teammate who's in the Ghost. This is Blazing Spartan, and you're going to see Yoel, who's going to kill an enemy player and then go and grab the hog. He's going to run all the way around here, and I'm actually going to focus kind of on him from the side here as we rush the bomb in. Not a whole lot we could do here as we end up dying, but I'm going to watch from his perspective as he comes all the way around with the Warthog. Now, the remainder of this film is completely and totally epic. Now, just letting you know what I do is I jump out and I'm able to push up to the top here, and I'm able to distract a few people who are out here on the outside of the base. You're not going to see this because I'm going to follow this Warthog as it enters the side. Without this distraction, though, I doubt Yoel would have been able to arm. So I'm going to slow this down in slow motion as my teammate enters, and he's going to get out of the Warthog, and the Warthog stops at a perfect position. What I mean by that is, if a grenade was able to blow up here, it would not shove the Warthog into splattering my teammate, because the Warthog is just past this little column here, so it wouldn't splatter my teammate. My teammate is able to pick up the bomb, avoiding the get into the vehicle prompt, and he's able to stay alive past this Warthog explosion, amazingly retaining full shields, as the enemy team pushes in with both a sword and a shotgun and kills them just as they arm the bomb. This is an incredible series of events, and yeah, thus I refute thee. I just noticed that. There's a lot of random quotes on the bomb. It's kind of cool to go in theater mode. And we end up winning that game. I'm going to actually back up and show this from my POV as the game ends here, so just so you'll know what I did. I kind of end up going there to the top of the base, and he's arming the bomb, and I end up taking out this guy, or distracting these players who are on the outside right here. There's actually 2 PA players with shotguns, this player with a shotgun, and this player over here who drops down to try to stop him with a shotgun, and as we detonate the bomb for that game over. And we actually end up winning that match, which is incredible. Now let's switch over to the Carnage report after that very long game and look at it a little bit here. Now I'd like to point out that the enemy team outslays us by 34 more kills than us, 27 more assists than us, and 33 less deaths than us, getting a total, the enemy team getting a total of 127 kills. I'm one of the only 2 players on my team who go positive, going 26 and 17. That being said, shout out to Bubfield, Yoel, the Owl22, and Blazing Spartan. Blazing Spartan also went positive in that game. But you can see kind of the assist comparison here, as the enemy team gets multiple double-digit assists, and we do not, because of our, quite frankly, horrible teammate randoms. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this film. I hope you were able to learn something from it. It was a very intense game, and Yoel specifically really wanted me to upload this because of that last arm from his perspective. That was an epic run on his part. Shout out to him for winning that game for us. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I have 2 other films that you can watch that were on Stonetown that I'll link in the description and the in annotations and in cards for those mobile users. Leave a like on this film if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next capture or whatever I end up recording. Peace, guys.